It's time for another edition of Mets Musings.
Hi, this is Ron Darling. This is Skip Lockwood.
Hi, I'm Ron Swoboda of the 69 New York Mets, and you're listening to Mets Musings with Gary Mack.
Now it's time for some New York Mets baseball talk. Here's Gary Mack bringing you the latest news and analysis from Mets Nation and the world of baseball on another edition of Mets Musings.
Of Mets Musings. Hope everybody had a great week out there. Hey, the Mets continue to win. I don't know how they're doing it. Maybe with mirrors, maybe with just some good bench play. But the bench mob is getting it done. And though we've seen some holes, some problems in the armor, so to speak, offense dropped a little, but played great games this week. 5-2 homestand. 2 out of 3 against San Diego. 3 out of 4 against the first place Cubbies. And they dropped the closer of that series, the fourth game, 2-0. Got shut out. Struggling tonight against the Nationals, too, with hits. But let's not get negative with this. They're playing very good baseball. David Peterson has looked good. Joey Lucchesi has been pitching well. If these guys can come around to supplement Walker, Stroman, and fingers crossed deGrom, this is going to be a formidable team. Right now, the end is the end of the rotation is a little questionable, a little weak. But as I said, Peterson pitched well last week. He'll pitch again tomorrow. Lucchesi pitched terrific. He's pitching tonight. Looks pretty good so far. So we'll take it from there and see. But if they can continue, it's really going to be a boost for this team. Now, there's still some concern. Jacob deGrom walked off the mound. And in last night's game, or not last night's game, the other day, pitched 3 innings, and they told us it was right shoulder soreness, and he was perfect through 3 innings, had 8 strikeouts, faced 9 batters, but had this soreness, and this is the second game in a row he had to leave early. So some concern there that he's getting these injuries again. He said it's a minor injury. It's nothing really. He doesn't think there's anything to worry about. They took an MRI. The MRI was completely normal. He threw a bullpen, said he felt great. He's scheduled to throw another bullpen, and then tomorrow, but we'll see how that comes out. But apparently he's just getting these little nagging little things that pop up, and while it's frustrating, it's good news. You wonder, though, should you not put him on IL and let him rest for a while? I don't know if that's really going to do any good at all. He wants to pitch. He wants to be a part of everything, and so, you know, I would say let him get out there. Luis Guillorme has been playing some great second base since he's been back off the injury list, hitting a little bit. Jonathan Villar continues his terrific play at third. Dom Smith starting to warm up, maybe. Had a few hits against in the Cubbies series, some big hits, a home run, couple of home runs. And maybe he's starting to get it together and get it warmed up. Kevin Pillar playing a really good center field and hitting. Great acquisition by the Mets, both for the heart he's shown with the injury, with getting hit in the head, the face, and then coming back so quickly, but just the overall leadership that he's shown to this team. Francisco Lindor, he's still not. He had a little hot streak there, got a little cold again, got a hot streak. Maybe he's coming around. But look, I know he got a lot of money. But if you watch him play every day, you can see all of the little things that he does on a ball field. It's not all about hitting. He's been playing a good defense. He's not letting his offense affect his defense, which some people are prone to do. But not only that, he's like having another coach on the field. He's very into the game. He's got great baseball instincts. Seems to always be in the right place at the right time. So let's cut him a break with the hitting. He's been getting big hits. He'll come up with a hit. And like I said, I think the second half, watch out. I think he's going to burst out, and I think it'll be a thing of beauty. If not, it could happen next year, but he's going to be here. I think he's earning his money on the field one way or the other, and that's what the Mets need sometimes. You need some leadership like that. So we're happy with that. We're not totally don't boo him. It's kind of silly. Billy McKinney playing a good, solid right field, getting some hits, some home runs, showing some power. He's been a good replacement as well. So the Mets really have lucked out. Nimmo, when Nito, when he plays for McCann, has shown he had a hot streak there, so they can trust going to him more. We know he can catch. And sometimes with a young catcher, that's the main thing. You wonder if he can catch, especially a backup catcher. Usually your backup catcher is your defensive guy. If he can give you some hitting as well, he can, they can rest McCann more. They may even want to rest Alonso and play McCann at first base from time to time. I don't think they would do that quite now because of, they've only got 2 catchers on the roster, but it's something to consider. A lot of doubleheaders. It's going to be a tough stretch for the Mets. They've got doubleheaders galore coming up. Got one tomorrow, one, I think, Monday. I have to look at the schedule and see, but it's a tough stretch, and they're going to have to juggle their pitching staff to see who's going to pitch. We're going to see some minor league guys, maybe. We might even just see a bullpen, maybe a Gazelman starts for them, maybe a Sean Reed Foley starts. Gazelman was a starter. He came up as a starter. They should have been stretching him out, perhaps, and for this particular stretch of time. But we'll see. We'll see. He should go in there. He can pitch probably 3-4 innings and maybe longer. Who knows? But tough stretch coming up for the Mets. 4 or 5 with Washington, and then they come home for Atlanta. So, got division rivals too. So, interesting time. All right, let's take a quick break. This is going to be an abbreviated version of MetsMusings. Let's take a quick break and come back with the injury report.
Baseball and BBQ, your place for interesting baseball talk, opinions, and history.
Baseball and BBQ, your place for barbecue recipes, tips, and interviews from the world of barbecue. If you like baseball and if you like barbecue, then tune in to Baseball and BBQ. Find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and BaseballTalkRadio.com.
Wouldn't it be great if you could get a PhD in life through baseball? Welcome to Baseball PhD, a tour company for your brain. 30 major league teams, 100 places to see. Let's touch them all as we make the road trip of a lifetime.
Follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/MetsMusings, on Twitter at MetsMusings GM. And the Instagram is MetsMusings, and on YouTube at MetsMusings Mack. Wish to be a part of the show? Give us a call at 516-619-6341. Okay, and we are back. And for today's injury report, we mentioned Jacob deGrom, so I'm not going to go through that again. Michael Conforto is playing baseball. He's playing in Syracuse. He started his rehab assignment 3 days ago. First game back, he went 1 for 3. I don't know how he's done since then, but he should be back within a week or two, I would say. Late June, we'll call it. But he'll be back soon. Jeff McNeil, it looks like he'll be back perhaps Monday, if not sooner. So could be back this coming Monday. Carlos Carrasco, still no word on him. He has restarted his throwing program. He's throwing on flat ground. So he will still be a ways away. I would probably say, July, maybe August. He's got to go on the mound and hopefully no setbacks. Dylan Betances, remember him? He had a rehab assignment for St. Lucie, and he got hammered. He gave up 5 runs on 3 hits. Just did not look good. He began his rehab assignment 6 days ago, almost a week ago. Pitched a scoreless inning, but his second appearance was not as good. Brandon Nimmo could be starting a rehab assignment perhaps this weekend or early next week. So we'll see. We could see him coming back in a couple of weeks as well. Albert Amora should be coming back. He has been on assignment and for a few days, and he's about wrapped up his rehab assignment with Syracuse. So he should be ready to be back any day now. Could be a numbers game with him, but we shall see. J.D. Davis, geez, I don't know. We don't know. He got another injection in that hand. They say it's going to take a while. No idea when J.D. Davis is going to be back. Noah Syndergaard, we know that he was shut down from throwing for 6 weeks on May 27th, so he's not going to play. I don't think we're going to see him before probably September 1st. So, don't count on seeing Thor up here anytime soon. It's going to be a while. First, he's got to get through the 6 weeks of rest. Then he's got to start throwing again. Then you got to hope there's no complications at all and that everything goes smoothly on that end. Then he's got to build up arm strength. So he's essentially in mid-July, roughly, going to be starting spring training. So you can figure another 4 to 6 weeks from mid-July. So that's August. Yeah, September 1st would be the earliest I would foresee him coming back. Now, he could progress and come back sooner than that. But boy, I'm doubtful of that. I think I think we're not going to see him until September 31st. That seems to be the earliest time he'll be back. All right, let's take another quick break and be back after this. 516-619-6341. That is our voicemail comment hotline. If you have a question, want to leave a comment, make a statement, anything at all, that's the number to call. 516-619-6341. Or go to our website, MetsMusings.com, and click on the widget in the middle of the screen. That's a speak pipe. And you click the record button, and you can record right through your computer's microphone. Or you can send us an email at metsmusings@gmail.com. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, it's Facebook is facebook.com/MetsMusings. Twitter is @MetsMusingsGM. Instagram is MetsMusings. And YouTube is MetsMusings Mack. And don't forget to subscribe on YouTube or wherever you watch or listen to the podcast. Okay, let's go down on the farm. Everybody's favorite section, down on the farm. Let's see who's been performing down there. Well, Jose Butto had his best performance of the year so far, but the past week, tossing 5 scoreless innings against the Hudson Valley Renegades. Let's see, that's a good sign for the Brooklyn Cyclones. Cyclones are struggling. Alvarez, Maurizio, and Batty last week combined for an .098 batting average, so they've hit a little bit of a slump there, but we'll keep going. Patrick Mazeika, who got sent back to Syracuse, he has played in 10 games and 39 at bats. Over that time, he's hitting .282 with an OPS of .753, 4 extra base hits. So Mazeika contributing on the Syracuse Mets AAA level. And JT, again, we mentioned him last week, I think, or 2 weeks ago. He made his third start of the season through 4 scoreless innings to lower his ERA to .82. He struck out 5, gave up 1 hit, and a 2-out double in the first. So will it be long before we see Mr. Ginn in Brooklyn and then in Binghamton, Syracuse, and in Flushing? Let's look at the standings. Syracuse, in their division, they are in last place at 11-29, 17 games back. Binghamton is 11-28, 15 games back. They too are in last place. Brooklyn is in last place in their division, 12-25 on the season, 10 games back. And St. Lucie is in a dead heat for first in their division. They are at 21-19. So the farm teams are struggling this year, but there is talent there. Sometimes it's just, it doesn't gel. And don't forget, these guys were off last year. A lot of these guys didn't play baseball. And it could be showing, A lot of them are new as well. They were just drafted last year, didn't get a place to go to. So I'm not going to put a lot of stock into this year. And also, let's face it, the minor leagues are for learning. So it's nice to learn how to win there, too, as well. Yes, it was nice when the Cyclones won the last New York Penn League Championship 2 years ago. But it doesn't always work out that way. So they're there to get experience in professional baseball, they're to progress, to learn, and to further their careers. And hopefully that's what's taking place. Because there is some really good talent down there. And I'm telling you, I know he's in a slump now, but Batty and Alvarez, even Maurizio, they're good ball players, and I think we're going to see them in Flushing. That's just the Brooklyn team. I mean, St. Lucie's got some good guys, and they lost Pete Crow Armstrong to Tommy John surgery as well. So let's remember that. And then he'll be back next year, hopefully at Brooklyn, and probably start at St. Lucie and then move up to Brooklyn if he continues the way he was starting this season. So, but But that's it for the farm report, and let's hope things get a little bit better. And that's going to wrap it up for this week's show. I want to thank you for tuning in. It's a slightly abbreviated version of the show. Don't forget to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Castbox, YouTube, wherever you watch or listen to the podcast. It helps me to build the community and expand to new listeners. Tell your friends, all your Met fans that are friends, tell them to listen to Mets Musings for all the latest information and news about the New York Mets. So until next time, remember to keep the faith, stay optimistic, and let's go first place, New York Mets. Let's go, Mets, and I'll see you the next time on another edition of Mets Musings.